When you think of a submarine engine room,
you probably imagine this.
Roaring diesel engines, grease-stained machinery,
Sailors shouting over the noise. Heat! Oil! Chaos!
Now forget all of that.
welcome to the engine room of a $4 billion nuclear submarine.
No diesel fuel, no combustion, no exhaust.
Just a reactor the size of a garbage can.
producing enough power to run a small city. For 30 years, without refueling.
In modern control rooms, operators don't wear industrial coveralls covered in grease.
They wear button-up uniforms and work at computer terminals. It's quiet, clinical, almost boring.
Until you realize you're standing next to a controlled nuclear reaction.
300 feet underwater.
Powering a vessel that could stay submerged for months.
This is the engine room of a nuclear submarine.
And it's not what you expect.
Let's start by clearing up the biggest misconception.
What most people think. When people hear submarine engine room, they picture diesel engines.
World War II submarines ran on diesel engines on the surface.
The engine rooms were loud, hot, and cramped.
And the submarines could only stay underwater for a few hours. The nuclear revolution. Then, in 1954, everything changed.
USS Nautilus, the world's first nuclear-powered submarine, launched.
It didn't need diesel, didn't need to surface for air.
It could stay submerged indefinitely. Nuclear propulsion didn't just improve submarines, it transformed them. The modern reality. Today, the U.S. Navy operates 70-plus nuclear-powered submarines.
Every single one is powered by a nuclear reactor.
And what you're about to see inside that reactor compartment?
It's nothing like you imagine.
At the heart of every nuclear submarine is a pressurized water reactor.
Let me be clear. I can't show you inside the reactor. That's classified.
What I can show you is how it works.
The basics. Nuclear reactors don't burn fuel like diesel engines. They split atoms.
When a uranium atom splits, called fission, it releases enormous energy.
DE system. Here's the simplified version. Primary loop. Water circulates through the reactor core. This superheated water flows through steam generators. Secondary loop. That steam drives turbines.
The turbines spin the propeller shaft and generate electricity.
Tertiary loop. Seawater cools the steam back into water.
It's elegant, efficient, and completely self-contained. The power output. A submarine reactor produces 150 to 200 megawatts.
That's enough to propel a 7,800-ton submarine at 25 knots.
All from a reactor core about the size of a trash can.
The fuel. Here's the mind-blowing part. The reactor fuel lasts 30 years.
That means the submarine never needs refueling. The containment. The reactor is housed in the reactor compartment.
Radiation levels outside? Lower than background radiation in a typical city.
The control. The reactor is controlled from the maneuvering room.
Three watchstanders.
Everything is monitored on digital displays. Control inputs are precise.
The reality. Operating a nuclear reactor underwater requires the failure rate. Over 30%. Most don't make it.
Those who do become part of an elite group. Beyond the reactor control room, the submarine's machinery spaces.
The turbines. The turbines. Steam from the reactor flows into massive steam turbines. The main turbines drive the propeller shaft.
The actual top speed. Classified. But it's faster than you think.
The generators. The turbines also drive electrical generators.
Unlike diesel submarines, nuclear subs have unlimited electrical power. The reduction gears between the turbines and propeller.
And it has to be silent, because noise is the enemy of stealth.
Auxiliary systems. Around the main propulsion system.
Here's what surprises people. Modern nuclear submarines are quiet.
In the maneuvering room, you can have a normal conversation.
Those were 1,000. But just because it's nuclear doesn't mean it's maintenance-free. A nuclear submarine is a machine that never stops. The danger. Working in the engineering spaces is dangerous. High-pressure steam can reach 500 degrees Fahrenheit plus. Because 300 feet underwater, there's no 911. No escape. Who operates a $4 billion nuclear reactor at the bottom of the ocean?
The nuclear pipeline. To become a nuclear-trained sailor,
You need to score in the top 10%. Nuclear prototype training. Operating a real land-based reactor.
total training time, 2+ years before stepping onto a submarine.
The qualifications. Once aboard, you start submarine qualifications.
Only then do you earn your dolphins.
Each requires hundreds of hours of study and oral exams.
The pressure. Operating a reactor is stressful.
You're constantly tested. Random drills, surprise inspections.
Because in the reactor compartment, mistakes can be catastrophic.
The culture. Nuclear submariners have a reputation. If the reactor fails, the mission fails. If the reactor fails catastrophically,
Everyone dies.
The sacrifice. Nuclear submariners spend months at sea.
but it's essential.
So why does a nuclear submarine cost $4 billion?
The E reactor, $500 million. The hull, HY100 steel that can withstand crush depth pressures. Cost, $300 to $400 million.
The propulsion system. Everything custom built. Everything designed for silence.
The electronics. Modern submarines are floating data centers.
Sonar arrays. $150+ million. The weapons a submarine carries. Construction time, 7 to 10 years.
The real cost. Add it all up. Total, $3.5 to $4 billion. And that's per submarine.
The U.S. Navy operates 70+ of them.
That's over $250 billion in nuclear submarine assets.
Is it worth it? Consider this.
A single Ohio class carries 20 Trident II missiles.
That's 160 nuclear warheads on one submarine.
A single Virginia-class attack submarine can
One submarine can influence an entire region. So yes, it's worth it.
But what happens when something goes wrong? Reactor scram! All hands man emergency stations. The crew has seconds to respond.
in the entire history of the U.S. nuclear submarine fleet.
There has never been a reactor meltdown at sea.
Submarines have sunk. Reactors have been damaged. But the containment has always held.
That's a testament to engineering, to training.
So what's next for nuclear submarine propulsion? The Columbia class, $7+ billion per boat. "42 years of operation. 1 reactor core.
Advanced reactors, higher power density, improved safety.
Electric drive, eliminating reduction gears entirely.
Benefits: quieter, more efficient.
The bottom line, nuclear submarine propulsion isn't going anywhere.
The engine room of a $4 billion nuclear submarine isn't what most people expect.